Boom. I need to know if you guys can hear the tunes right now. Yeah. Long time. Long time no see for this format. This is slightly different. Let's see, Scribble My Dibbles is here. Stephanie L. from Florida. Tina G. Fox Hill Dreams. Meredith Powell. Veronica Tello. Cha-Cha. Patricia. Quayas. Monique Lee. Grab Life. Buy the Cherries. I have too many things in my way. Laurie Donahue. Julianne Gauthier. Stan Dude. I can't figure that out. Meek Spees. Jamie from Wisconsin. That damn Alaskan. Sylvia Correa. Susan C. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Welcome, you guys. Happy Wednesday, aka Happy Hump Day. It has been a while since I've done that whole regular intro thing. That was the intro for such a long time. I don't know why I would be getting a phone call during showtime as I am live. Some people never, ever learn. Anyway, I was kind of ornery today on Hump Day. I guess that's appropriate for Hump Day. Some bees did get in my bonnet today, and I'm going to be able to release those bees into the wild where they belong. But first, I guess let's cover our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
There is an account that looks like me, but it ain't me, and you should not be following it. We'll discuss the idea of suspending the gas tax and why maybe that's not such a great idea. Chief Arredondo from Uvalde, Texas Police Department must step down. And Charlie Crist from out of nowhere, from yesteryear, from way back yonder, is leading Ron DeSantis by a point in the polls. Last but not least, we have a guessing game today. Wait. Our guessing game is I should have known that. I should have known. I forgot that I have a whole audience that I can summon. Audience applause. Here, let's do that again. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So welcome, you guys. It feels weird being back in this saddle. I have not done it in such a long time. Mo says here in the crappiest weather in the country, it hit 102, right? And as I type, battening the hatches for severe thunderstorms. Yeah, we had some shitty weather up here too. It's just been cloudy and rainy and blah, blah. Okay, so mostly you guys who are here now have been following me in the January 6th hearings. And there's another one tomorrow happening. I believe it's starting at 3 p.m., unless I'm mistaken. 3 p.m. it's starting. And let's see. So I will be tuning in as I've tuned in to the others. Now, as for yesterday, those of you who were watching with me, I was streaming it live. Those of you who were watching, we all did kind of react, I think, in the same way to the testimony from Wandrea Moss about what she and her mother had been subjected to prior to January 6th. And it wasn't until after the hearings were over and I was sitting in the living room with wifey and we're watching the news and somebody replayed a clip from the hearing that made me realize, oh shit, I went through the exact same thing that Lady Ruby went through. And let me just play that clip for you. I recorded it. Here it is.
Night, people would just continuously send pizzas over and over to her home, and they was expecting her to pay for these large amounts of pizzas, and she went through a lot that she didn't have to. Once again, it made me just so horrible.
Now, unless your soul is missing, you absolutely did feel for that woman and her mother as she played that. But wifey turns and looks at me when she says that on the news, and she was like, oh, that's the same thing they did to us. And yeah, it is. It is. Pizzas. And you think, that's kind of funny, right? No, actually it's not. They loaded these pizzas up, and it was a local pizza shop. And so somebody at that pizza shop had to put the ingredients and the time and energy to put that together, to ship it to us. And we didn't even order it, and this is just one of several things that I've been subjected to, just exercising my freedom of speech. You have these motherfuckers on the right who bitch and whine, oh, you people on the left, you want to shut people down. You don't like free speech. Oh, so you enjoy free speech. That's why you torture regular private citizens with that bullshit. Huh? That's why you do that? Because you respect freedom of speech so much? That's why you set up a fake checking account with my name on it and a fucking wrong address, but it doesn't matter because somehow that bullshit ass bank set up an account without me being there, without my social security number, set up an account, and then they present fraudulent checks that can't be cashed. Here's a check for $500. Oh, well, insufficient funds. So that shit racks up, and all of a sudden, I'm getting notifications from this bank in the mail saying you owe overdraft fees for a check presented, unfulfilled check for this amount. And after 3 months, finally they said, we have decided to close your account. I never started the account. We've decided to close your account, but you now owe us $260 in overdraft fees. I'm like, what the fuck? And here's the problem. I called that bank. I called them as soon as I started getting notifications in the mail from them. I was like, hey, listen, I'm getting these notifications from you guys, but I didn't even know it was a bank, first of all. It's Truist Bank. Did not even know that was a bank. I had to look it up. Is that real? Is it fake? Is somebody just, printing up fake postcards? No, it's real bank. And they could do nothing. That is a serious problem with people stealing identity and getting away with that shit. So is it the same as being assaulted, being punched in the face, or kicked down a flight of stairs? No, it's not. Is it an annoyance? Absolutely right, it is. But you know what? My time is valuable, and the stress, the duress from being constantly under assault. Psychological assault is still assault. Being under that constantly, it fucking wears on you. It wears on you. You see that woman crying there? Yeah, I'm no different, except you didn't see me crying. But I am getting harassed nonstop. And then let's fast forward to this bullshit here. This bullshit. Here's a tweet, apparently, posted by Brooklyn Dad Defiant, the verified Brooklyn Dad Defiant. It says, what if we started the saying, an apple a day keeps the orange man away? That would be awesome. First of all, in all of the tweets that I have ever posted, I don't think I've ever referred to him as the orange man. In fact, those of you who know, those of you who have been paying attention to trolls all this time, they know when they're mocking us, they refer to Trump as orange man bad. That's how they refer to our, addressing his bullshit. Orange man bad. So yeah, no, I did not post this tweet. Look at my timeline, my Twitter feed. You will not find that tweet anywhere. So somebody photoshopped those words underneath my banner. Here's another one. Well, tweeps, it looks like I got hacked on Instagram last night. Sorry for all these posts. I have now removed them. Remember to turn on 2FA. Will somebody please tell me what 2FA is? What the fuck is 2FA? I don't know what it is, but apparently I told people to turn that shit on. That's not me, guys. They used that is my word, tweeps. That is what I use. So if you saw this, you might have been confused. Don't be confused by this bullshit. Do not. Anything that comes from this account on Instagram, Brooklyn Dad Defiant. No underscores, no capital letters, no exclamation point. And I guess they find this amusing, huh? This is an amusing way to pass the time. 2FA is part of verification in Instagram. 2FA. Don't know what it is. Oh, I see. Susan, see, it says two-factor authentication. I believe I have that turned on. Yeah, I do. Oh, wait. Meeksby says two floppy anuses. That's funny. Let's see. Who is this? Amy Taylor saying, you mean your name is not Majid M. Padelin? Yeah, my name is Majid M. Padelin. But what I am saying on video, live to you now, is that bullshit is not my Instagram account. The difference between that nonsense, between that and me, is that I can actually speak on behalf of myself, whereas that fake account cannot go on video with my face and my voice and my words saying that. So what I'm going to do right now, And I hate that this has taken up so much of my fucking mental space and so much time on this. But you know what? Sometimes you feel like you are under assault, under constant assault, and you don't feel like people have your fucking back. And that is irritating as hell. That shit it was a dark cloud over me all goddamn day. I know you guys have my back. It just, I just feel sometimes like very alone in this. That's all, just constantly. So anyway, I've set up a little tripod here with my phone, and I'm going to record something, and then I'm going to post it onto Instagram where that fake ass account cannot. This is Majid M. Padelin, also known as Brooklyn Dad Defiant. You can also call me BDD. You can call me Majid. But I am here to say that on Instagram, whoever it is that is running the Brooklyn Dad Defiant account is a fake and a fraud. And I'm speaking directly to you, the person who is running that fake account. And what I want to know is, how pathetic is your own life that you cannot take your own pictures, you cannot take your own words, you cannot take your own face and post that shit for likes? You have to draft off of me. You are like one of those little tiny birds that sits in the mouth of an open mouth of an alligator and nips off the little shit that's left on his teeth. That's what you are. Because you can't create your own content. You have to masquerade yourself as me. Why? Because your life sucks that badly. Let me tell you something, right? When you were in high school and when you went to the prom, did you ask your big brother to kiss your date that night? Huh? When you got married, did you ask your neighbor to consummate your marriage with your wife on your behalf? Because that is essentially what you were doing. You have nothing. You have nothing. Everything you have in that Instagram account is because of me, Majid M. Padelin, Brooklyn Dad, the one and the only. So I suggest that you get yourself a life, you find something to say, and you post that shit. And you get the courage, get the spine, summon the gumption to put something out there that represents what you believe in. You're a sad, pathetic individual, and I'm not giving you any more time, but I'm here to point out to you that while you can Photoshop tweets and you can screenshot my tweets, you cannot post a video of me saying these same things to you, you piece of shit. There it is. I don't know. I'm not on Instagram that much. I hate Instagram. I'm not on it that much, so I don't know if what I just recorded is too long or if it'll get clipped, but I don't give a shit at this point. Yeah, I hate Instagram. It feels like, to me, Instagram feels very much like high school. It feels very much like a popularity contest from high school. That's what it feels like. People, you see people doing shit on Instagram. 9 times out of 10, it's not real. That's not real. They show you their best shit. It's very fake. It's disgusting. I don't like it. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. No more. Let's move on. I'm ready to move on with my life. Who amongst us has not paused to daydream about when you buy a lottery ticket, right? Have you ever wondered, what would I do if I actually won? If I hit the jackpot, if I won $100 million or $20 million or $5 million or $1 million, what would I do with that money? All right. So I'm bringing this up because last night, I just wandered onto HGTV. There's an app for HDTV. Sandra wants to know, do I feel better now? A little bit. The rant was actually kind of satisfying. Thank you for that. So there is a show, and it's called My Lottery Dream Home. And let me just tell you, I fell down this rabbit hole for many hours. Excuse me, for many hours, vicariously living through the eyes and experiences of these people who actually won the lottery. And it's interesting because, you know, this guy on screen right now, his name is David Bromstad. And so he goes to the homes of these people who won the lottery, and he shows them their dream homes. Now they can afford it. They won millions. It varies. The first person won 180 million. I haven't seen anyone win that much. And they bought a freaking estate, you know, worth $5 million, I think. This is my new favorite. In fact, I think is this the house? No, this wasn't even the house they ended up with. They bought something called Eagle Crest in California. It was just like a humongous mansion that looked like a ski lodge. Fascinating. Anyway, I highly recommend, if you guys have access to HGTV, or if you can download the HGTV app for your TV set, definitely look this up. It's fun. I mean, you can literally just you can binge watch this thing until you feel like getting up to go buy yourself a lottery ticket. All right, let's talk about now gas prices for a minute. Yeah. So hang on. I need this. Okay, so what I don't know is if this music is too loud for you. Let's see. Gonna turn this down a bit. There we go. Okay, so if you were to look at these prices that I have on the screen here, like a year ago, if you were to see $4.29 for regular unleaded gasoline a year ago, you would have been like, oh my God, that is outrageous. That's way too much. If you were to see $4.29 for gas a week ago, you'd have been like, oh shit, where can I get that gas? Because that price is incredible. Yeah. So yeah, it is now officially, gas prices are now officially over $5 here on the East Coast. Scribble My Dibbles is saying that it's almost $7 a gallon in Cali. Misha Oliver concurs. She can confirm that we're nearing $7 per gallon in California. And it's, you know, I think California is probably the highest you're going to see in the nation. Here's a good one here. Chacha says Costco gas tends to be cheaper, probably by about a quarter to anywhere from a quarter to 40 cents less Costco gas. So everybody is feeling this right now. Meredith Powell says that they're at $5 in Utah. Yeah, everyone's feeling this. The only difference between those of us who are feeling this is there are two camps. There's one camp that pins the blame for these gas prices on President Biden, and there's another camp that has common sense in their brain. We all know, oh shit, Scribbles says Costco is $6.10 per gallon, so that's still cheaper than $7. So Costco is the way to go. Tina G says Sam's Club is charging $4.39, but that's in Albuquerque, right, Tina G? So I'm not sure if Sam's Club in Albuquerque has the same prices as Sam's Club in New York or in California. But yeah, the rest of us who have common sense know that President Biden does not control gas prices. We also know that when push came to shove, Democrats wanted to stop oil and gas companies from price gouging. We introduced a bill. Republicans voted against it. Why? Because it benefits Republicans politically if these gas prices stay high. And yeah, that means that Americans in every state are suffering, are in pain, are paying through the nose for gas without any respite. And this is also, there's an added bonus. Most of those Republicans are in the pocket of big oil and big gas. They have lobbyists that come to them and to ensure that their prices stay jacked all the way the fuck up. You want to talk about rigged? That shit is rigged. The elected officials who are meant to represent our best interests, and I'm not just talking about these, the coastal elite states. I'm talking about places like Montana and Wyoming, and Nebraska, places that are, full of Republicans. Those Republican senators and House representatives are ensuring that their Republican constituents pay as much as possible because their corporate sponsors want it that way. So anyway, President Biden has been considering suspending the gas tax. It has not been done in a very long time, and with good reason. So what does that do? Suspending the gas tax, would reduce gas prices possibly by 18 cents per gallon. So you would look at this and say, oh, okay, well, 18 cents is 18 cents. Giddy up. Let's get that thing done. Let's do it. What's the holdup? Why not? There are many reasons why this would not necessarily be a great idea, because there's no guarantee that once that gas tax is suspended, there's no guarantee that the gas companies are going to lower their prices anyway. There's still no guarantee. They don't have to. They're supposed to. Is it going to help? 18 cents less versus 18 cents more. Take your pick. Which one you want? I want 18 cents less, right? But the additional problem is that it's only temporary. The gas tax pays for things like infrastructure, for road repair and bridge repair. That's where a lot of the revenue for the infrastructure programs comes from, that gas tax. So you suspend it, and then you don't have the revenue to get those things done. So they can't have that thing suspended indefinitely. It's got to be reinstated at some point. They have to kick it back in. So what is President Biden going to do? Suspend it now and what? Kick it to the next president? Or kick it back to himself? Ideally, if he does this, he reinstates the gas tax when gas prices go back down to like $4 a gallon. I got news for you guys. If you think gas prices are going to go back to $2.50 a gallon, they're not. That shit is gone forever. Forever. I hate to tell you. Unless, of course, God forbid, we have another pandemic and everybody gets locked down, because that's what drove the prices back all the way down. Nobody was going anywhere. Nobody was going, nobody was traveling. We were all staying home. So we didn't need that much gas. So prices went down. And once the pandemic lifted and people started traveling again, boom, all of a sudden everybody needs gas. And not only that, there's a whole lot of other factors that are that go into this that I'm not going to get into. But long story short, The increased demand jacked the prices up. And even oil, there's not even any correlation to oil prices. You would think that once the oil price comes down a notch, if the oil price comes down like, $20 or $30 a gallon, you think you would see that reflected in the gas price. You don't. It's because these motherfuckers are greedy. And they're using this inflation thing as some kind of act of nature. We can't control it. You can't control it any more than you could control a hurricane. But they can. They just don't want to. So, I don't think he should. Let's move forward to this guy here, Andrew Gillum. You guys might recall Andrew Gillum several years back. He ran for governor against Ron DeSantis, and he lost. It was a close one, very close. Andrew Gillum is back in the news today because federal charges are being brought against him for election fraud and election finance irregularities with his campaign. Like he took money that he shouldn't have taken. That is what the allegations are. So he has insisted that he will be vindicated in court. I don't know. The last time we heard about Andrew Gillum, he was recovering from a substance abuse problem. And more power to him. I know how it is. But I also know when I was under the influence, I did some shit that I shouldn't have done. I did some very illegal shit. I did. And thank God that's 19 years in my rear view mirror. I do not miss those days one bit, But whatever this brother is going through, I believe he's a good man. And I hope if he is innocent, I hope he has his day in court. I hope his lawyers or team of lawyers does their jobs. So fast forward now to the gubernatorial race for 2022. And there has not been a narrowing down of the candidates for governor on the Democratic side. We still have Charlie Crist and Nikki Fried are the two main candidates that are running for governor. But we just learned in a poll that was released today, and this is a MAGA poll. This is a poll from someone on the right, that Charlie Crist is currently beating Ron DeSantis by a point. That's major. That is major. Why? Because everybody thinks that Ron DeSantis, everybody on the right, excuse me, Republicans think that Ron DeSantis is the next coming of Reagan. This jackass, this fucking bully, this piece of shit, this homophobic copycat. He's a copycat. Ron DeSantis is just like that fake ass Brooklyn Dad account on Instagram, huh? He's doing the thing with his hands the way Trump does. He does the bullying thing with the press the way Chris Christie does. He's just copying off other people. He doesn't have his own shit. But he's a front runner for 2024. And despite that, Charlie Crist, who I'm lukewarm on. I'm lukewarm on Charlie Crist. Charlie Crist has that same kind of energy to me. I could be wrong, but he has the same kind of energy as the guy who ran against was the guy who Glenn Youngkin. Who is the guy who ran against Glenn Youngkin? That guy. He has that energy to me. He's like a retread, He was already governor before. And now he's coming back. He's like, we're wheeling him out because we didn't have anybody else left in our bench. Why not throw the support behind Nikki Fried, for instance? Why not throw, she's young, she's dynamic, I guess. She's already in government right now in the agricultural seat. Why not support her Democratic Party? I'd like to know. Why are you, why not solidify support for one candidate? Give them a nice runway going into November. Let's settle this shit. The stakes are high, right? Well, currently, Nikki Fried is getting trounced by Charlie Crist. Charlie Crist is beating Nikki Fried 49 points to 24. So the primary is not until August 23rd. So she has some time to make up ground if that's in the cards for her. I'm not going to speak anything negative about her or Charlie Crist, even though I did kind of piss on Charlie Crist a little bit, but I'm just saying how I feel. He could very well be a good candidate for governor. It just, to me, I'm just saying, to me, it just feels like, well, we want to beat this guy here. We're going to need a man. We're going to need a man to beat Ron DeSantis because Ron DeSantis is a man, and people's electorate in Florida, they're stupid and they don't believe that women can do a job that a man does. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's our Democratic leadership is cynical and thinks that, she's not going to do as well against Ron DeSantis as Charlie Crist will. If Charlie Crist was so great, why isn't he still governor? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I'm not tying my my balloon to either of those campaigns. May the best candidate win. Hello, Queen of the South. I see you there. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. Chief Arredondo, still employed, still has a job. I can't believe this shit. I mean, I've messed up on jobs before. I have. I've made mistakes. We all have. Everybody, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But if your mistake or your series of mistakes ends up with the death of 19 children, 22 human beings in total, you gotta go. And, Chief Arredondo has just uncorked lie after lie after lie about how this shit went down, about who was in charge, who wasn't in charge, whether the door was locked or whether somebody even tried to open the door. Apparently nobody tried to open the door. The fucking door was unlocked. They said that they waited because they needed special equipment. They had that equipment already. They had that equipment 19 minutes into the attack. They have pictures. They have 4K pictures of guys sitting there in the hallway doing nothing. They turned away a husband. There was a husband who had a gun who wanted to save his fucking wife. The cops sent him back. No, don't go in. We are waiting right now. Just gonna make sure that gunman doesn't have any more bullets in his gun. How does this guy still have a job? How does he still have a job? I'll tell you this. Whoever's in charge of appointing the police chief, if it's the mayor should fire him and appoint a new police chief. Period. No questions. No more questions. It's gross negligence. And if the mayor doesn't do it, then the governor's got to step in. Fire this motherfucker. Oh my God. Watcher Soko says he's been sworn into the city council. Can't believe that. I saw this thing earlier today. I thought it was a great idea. Let me share with you. Somebody figured out a way to prevent him from getting reappointed to the council. Here it is.
2 doors down from Robb Elementary. I was there the day of the shooting. So thank you for changing exactly what I was going to say, Mr. Mayor, because you said we don't have the power to fire him. Let me give you a simple out. You can remove him because he's going to vacate his seat. So your agenda number 6 is a decision on whether or not to give him a leave of absence. Why the hell would you? Let him miss 3 meetings. He's my councilman. Let him miss 3. Don't waste any more time on him. I know you probably all have a relationship with him. I don't know him. He's my councilman. I'm sitting in a district right now that no councilman has come to my door to say, hey, how you doing? There's 22 lives that were lost. We all know why. The investigation's going to come in and tell us all why and what we can do better. What you can do right now is not give him, if he requested it, a leave of absence. Don't give him an out. We don't want him. We want him out. We wanted to do a recall petition, right? We had so much enthusiasm in it right away. 162 votes, we need 25%, right? But we can't because he hasn't been in his seat for 8 months. That's BS. So then we thought, how do we change the charter? Well, it's already been amended. We can't do it for another 2 years, but you can do something right now, tonight, and not table whether you're going to decide to give him that leave of absence. I implore you, do not give him that leave of absence.
I've heard you guys, and this bothers me a whole lot. I had an idea when I came in here. I was going to do a very short grant leave of absence so that we had to vote on it over and over and over, so you guys wouldn't see him. But I don't need to talk a whole lot more. I make a motion we do not grant the leave of absence for Councilman.
I guess that didn't happen then. Yeah, I mean, I was excited. I thought this was, but Watcher Soko is informing us that he's been sworn in to the city council. I'm going to take your word for it. I don't have any news source at the ready for me, but I don't think you would give me incorrect information. So that is very sad. I mean, I can't imagine what. Oh my Lord. Cindy C says it passed unanimously. Teresa Morales says, so there has to be another mass shooting in Uvalde to finally get rid of asshole. Apparently. I can't even imagine that there was one person in all of Uvalde, Texas, that wanted him to stay on. But apparently I'm wrong, because the rest of the people on the city board, what did he have some kind of dirt on them? Does he have pictures of them at a crack house? What? Insane. All right, I need to temporarily flush that taste out of my mouth, the bile. So let's do something that I haven't done in a very long time. Let's do this. Timeline cleanse. Around, down, 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 down. Okay, I don't have my usual complement of 3 videos, but the ones that I do have, they're quite good. I promise you. This first one, I cannot promise. Well, I cannot take any responsibility if this first one makes you hungry, but it makes me want to jiggle it just a little bit.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back rib.
I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back rib.
barbecue sauce. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back rib.
I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back rib. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I want my baby back ribs.
so much better.
Barbecue sauce.
There you go.
Yeah, much better. Give us a little edge on it, just a little more. How's yours?
Barbecue. Mine's great.
Don't say barbecue
sauce. Sorry.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Trump Reaper says that the drummer is playing with beef bones. That's funny. That is very funny. I love that song. It's great. And I never saw the guys who did that to get, in real life. So that was fun. And now this next one, you know who contributed this one. It's from our buddy Philosophy, a.k.a. Jonathan Slater. And apparently he posted this thing and it went viral. I don't know if this is a nationwide thing, but if you go to the store, if you go to a supermarket, grocery store, whatever, and you buy some shit, you better have bags with you, right? You got to have bags now, your own reusable bags, because they're not giving you those plastic bags anymore. At least here on the East Coast, that's what it is. I don't know if it's the same on the West Coast. I do know for a fact, or in the Middle Coast, I do know that our friend Philosophy is experiencing that. And his comment was, I think he said, forgot the bags, but sure as hell I'm not going back home. Here it is. That tweet from Jonathan Slater went nutso. It went bonkers. 227,000 likes for our friend. Let's give him a hand here. Let's join me in giving Philosophy a hand for that. Yeah. I didn't retweet that yet because I just wanted to be able to make sure you guys were seeing that for the first time. I thought it was very cute. It was a very cute video. And oh wait, where's the timeline cleanse? This is pinned, by the way, to Jonathan's profile here. You forget your bag and refuse to buy one. There it is. So I'm gonna pop that. Let's see if we can't get those numbers even higher. It's very clever, buddy. Congratulations on that one. Well done. I just retweeted it. Let's hope you get the BDD effect on that one. And that's it for our timeline cleanse. Let me finish up. Let me wrap up with, we were talking about Uvalde. Let's make a segue into gun violence. So as you already know, there's been a committee in the Senate, a bipartisan, Trump Reaper wants to know if I live stream this on a device or a desktop. It's on a laptop I'm using a laptop. Bipartisan committee in the Senate working on solutions for gun violence. And a lot of people have criticized it as not going far enough. Obviously, Republicans think anything to do with curtailing and curbing gun violence is too much. You don't want to do anything. Nothing. So the fact that Chris Murphy, more power to him, Chris Murphy knows that this bill doesn't do everything. It's called the, what the hell is this thing called? There's a name for it, like protecting, Safer Communities Act. It's the Safer Communities Act. And some of the things it does is it incentivizes Krampus. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for the kind donation. I have not seen you in a while, Krampus. So welcome back to the show. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act incentivizes states to pass red flag laws. It increases penalties for gun traffickers. It has an enhanced background checks for gun buyers under 21 and closes the so-called boyfriend loophole. Excuse me. So these are some important things that absolutely need to happen. Would I like it if we had an assault weapons ban in there? I would love it. We don't have enough votes for that. In fact, if that was even in the legislation, that was included in the bill, that's a bill killer, guaranteed. And people don't seem to understand right now that because both sides are divided up so very evenly, and even maybe it's not even that even when you have Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, who are in essence they are dinos. They are Republicans, masquerading as Democrats. When the sides are that evenly divided, we don't have that much margin for error. We just don't. So we have to take what we can get when we can get it. And that means change is going to be incremental until we can boost our own numbers. And that means, yes, it means expand the Senate majority. Yeah, people complain and they say, you guys already have a majority. No. Yes, but no. Our majority depends on Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema acting like they know better. Those two put the kibosh on President Biden's $1.9 trillion deal, amongst other things. So they're no help. So we need minimum 3 more Democrats just to get over the hump, just to be able to nuke the filibuster. Nuke the filibuster. And if you nuke the filibuster, you can pass a whole lot more shit. You can pass voting rights legislation. Right now, we forgot. We've been so busy dealing with other emergencies like Ukraine, like the baby formula thing, like inflation, like the gun violence. We're dealing with so many different crises. The electorate is looking left and right to what to focus on, but the voting rights is still an issue. We still have multiple states across the nation, at least 22, probably 24 or 26 by now, that are working on legislation to make it harder for our votes to count. And not only that, some of these states are straight up just wanting to put people in power that are going to turn over the vote, regardless of whether or not their guy or their woman wins. If they don't like the election result, they could just flip it because they have the right people in the right positions. Yeah, and there's going to be lawsuits, of course. These battles are going to be fought in the courts as they were in 2020. Thanks to Mark Elias, but he can't do everything, So, yeah, it would be nice to get some voting rights legislation across President Biden's desk so we don't have to go through this every 2 years. Every 2 years, we should not be... We shouldn't have to relitigate why voting is our right, is our democratic right. We shouldn't have to relitigate that. We shouldn't have to explain this to these freaking cheating politicians every 2 years. So anyway, that's that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my favorite part of the show. It is the guessing game. Today's guessing game is brought to you by the letter W and the number 7. You guys know how this goes. We have not done a guessing game in a long time, but I have, at the behest of Wifey, you can thank Wifey for this. She's like, the guys, they haven't had a guessing game in a long time, and they would really like it if you had one. So that's why I stayed up late and prepped this one. So you guys know what the deal is. If you guess correctly, then you will hear cowbell, the cowbell. And if you guess incorrectly, you will hear either that or all right, so here we go. Welcome back to the show and welcome back to the guessing game. Here's the first one. Wait, let's put on some here we go. Which chess piece can be moved in an L shape? Once again, which chess piece can be moved in an L shape? This goofy ass music. Oh, okay. I think I have seen enough. Yep, I've seen enough. I'm seeing plenty of correct answers, and we'll just move this forward. We're looking for the night. Not the day, but the night. And at the top here, we have Cindy C was at the top. And who else do we have here? You know, Maitel Cabelli saying the horse. We'll accept the horse. Amy Taylor. Monique Lee. Cha-Cha. Misha Oliver. Kathleen Cross. Wilbur McCarthy. Lori Donahue. Nurse Mitch. Punxsutawney Mo. Lucy L. Sylvia Correa. Gavo. It's not the thimble. That's Monopoly. Julianne Gauthier. Meeksby says the pony boy bitch ass looking one. Jenny Rayner, Wilbur McCarthy, Corey Lord. Good job, you guys. Very good. Okay, let us continue with the next one. What was Excalibur in the Legend of King Arthur? Once again, what was Excalibur in the Legend of King Arthur? Let me tell this person who is incessantly messaging me that I am live. Oh, hang on. Where's my goofy tune here? When I finish I'm live right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Excalibur was his sword, also known as a sword. Some people pronounce that W, and it makes me want to tear out every remaining hair in my head. I have some hairs left. The sword. Cindy C, once again, at the top with sword, followed by the Trump Reaper. Claudia, Michelle Bookout, Krampus, Gavin Rutherford, Karen Purdy, Misha Oliver, Monique Lee, Veronica Tello Cha-Cha, Drew Penis says his dick stuck in a rock. Nurse Mitch, Ness from Connecticut, Wilbur McCarthy, Foxhill Dreams, Julianne Gauthier, Maitel Cabelli, Lucy L, Sylvia Correa, Punxsutawney Mo, Samantha Hawkins, Linwood Noble, Kathleen Cross, Very good. Scribble My Dibble says they should be watching the show. Indeed. That's what I keep telling them. Okay. Good one, you guys. Here's the next one. What do you call a word or phrase that reproduces the letters of another word or phrase in a different order? I'll read that one again. What do you call a word or a phrase that reproduces the letters of another word or phrase in a different order? Goofy ass music, man. This is going to be stuck in my brain the rest of the night. Word or phrase that reproduces the letters of another word or phrase in a different order. Order? Order in the court! Order. I've seen enough. The answer we are looking for is anagram. Anagram. And the person at the top of the list here who got it first, it was the Trump Reaper. Sorry, Cindy C., you've been beaten. You've been dethroned. But not by much. Here we go. We got followed by Sylvia Correa, Cindy C., Droopiness, Scribble My Dibbles, Misha Oliver, Nurse Mitch, Maitel Cabelli, Nesrin Connecticut, Cha Cha, Samantha Hawkins, Valerie G, Gavo. I don't know what that is you're saying, Kathleen Cross. Wilbur McCarthy, Julianne Gauthier. Where did I go? Oh, there we go. Michelle Bookout, Stephanie L., Jenny Rayner, Veronica Tello, Punxsutawney Mo, Kathleen Cross, Lori Donahue. Very good, you guys. Very good. Okay, here's the next one. What famous designer is the daughter of Paul McCartney? What famous designer is the daughter of Paul McCartney? He come all flat top, he got growing up slowly. He got juju eyeballs. He want holy roller. He got hair down to his knee. Got to be a joker. He just do what he please. Hey. Let's see. I believe I've seen enough. I think I've seen quite enough. I need to switch up this music because that one is too much. It's too much. It's too extra. It's extra. Okay, at the top here we have Gavin Rutherford. Gavin Rutherford with Stella. Stella! I'm sorry, I just need to show you this graphic here in the background. That is, in case you didn't know, that is from the movie, what the hell? What is the name of that movie? It's like, is it On the Waterfront? Anyway, that's Marlon Brando. Hey, Stella! He's calling his lady to come downstairs. Hey, Stella! All right. So Gavin is at the top, followed by Nurse Mitch, Misha Oliver, Meredith Powell, Krampus, Veronica Tello, Monique Lee, Maitel Cabelli, Linwood Noble said Betty Nike. Good one. Sylvia Correa, Cindy C, Julianne Gauthier, Karen Purdy, Lucy L, Valerie G, Cha Cha, Samantha Hawkins. There you go, Scribble My Dibbles. Michelle Bookout, Zumba, Kathleen Cross, Linwood Noble. There you go. You've recovered. Aries Wanderer. Very good job, you guys. Good job. Here's the next one. How do you write 14 using Roman numerals? Now, this is why this game, is called I Should Have Known That, right? I should have known Roman numerals, right? We all learned Roman numerals in school, but I swear to God, every time the Super Bowl rolls around, I'm like, I look at the letters there, I'm like, can you just not use regular numbers? Do they have to be Roman numerals? Seriously, for the Super Bowl. Are we not overusing Roman numerals yet for the Super Bowl? You make us have to, goddamn, remember so much. I do remember the basics, though. I do. So 14, I'm fine with. 14. Once you get up into the 50s and 60s, maybe the hundreds. Yeah, all right. I've seen enough. We're looking for X1V, XIV. And even though Sylvia Correa forgot to undo her caps thing, yeah, we're going to give that to you because the $ shares a key with the number 4. So I knew what you were doing. Your keyboard betrayed you. Who else we have? The Trump Reaper, Drew Penis, Streetcar Named Desire. Thank you, Kathleen Cross. That was the Marlon Brando movie. Stella, Claudia, Nurse Mitch, Cindy C, Misha Oliver, Sylvia Correa, Veronica Tello, Corey Lord, Valerie G, Lee Saunders, Monique Lee, Cha-Cha, Aries Wanderer, Samantha Hawkins, Maitel Cabelli, Ness from Connecticut, Kathleen Cross. Every once in a while, this thing just goes haywire. Where was I? Kathleen Cross. There we go. Fox Hill Dreams, Michelle Bookout, Jenny Rayner, Stephanie L from Florida. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay. Here's the next one. What is the Indian Hindi language film industry known as? I will ask that again. What is the Indian Hindi language film industry known as? Hey, don't worry about it, Lee Saunders. You're here now, and that's what matters. It is what matters. And, as you know, you can always catch the replay once we finish. Yeah, you catch it. Yeah. I know it's not the same with the live chat, whatnot, the chatting back and forth, the back and forthness. All right, well, quite a few people answering on this. So, I've seen enough. We were looking for Bollywood, and the person who answered first was none other than Meek Spees, aka Drew Penis. Drew Penis. Penis? Am I pronouncing that correctly? I feel like I am, but you never know. Lee Saunders, there you go. You just got here and you're already jumping into correct answers. There you go, Lee Saunders there. Followed by the Trump Reaper, Sylvia Correa, Misha Oliver, Ness from Connecticut, Nurse Mitch, Gavo, Scribble My Dibbles, Michelle Bookout, Samantha Hawkins, Maitel Capelli, Veronica Tello, Monique Lee, Cindy C, Punxsutawney Moo, Meredith Powell, Wilbur McCarthy, Midas Robin, Julianne Gauthier, Cha-Cha, Valerie G, Stephanie L, Kathleen Cross, Aries Wanderer. Good job, you guys. Good job. Very good. Very good. Let's go to this next one here. How long does it take for the moon to rotate around Earth? How long does it take for the moon to rotate around the earth? Huh? You tell me. Once I went to this strip club, and it took this stripper like at least 10 minutes to rotate one time around the pole. I don't know why. She was going real slow. It was supposed to be sexy. I didn't care much for it. But how long does it take for the moon to rotate around the earth? I won't know unless I use my PU-39 space modulator. All right, I've seen enough. We're looking for 1 month. 1 month. And let's see, who is at the top here? We're going to go with the Trump Reaper, a monthly, followed by Lee Saunders, Trump Reaper, Meredith Powell, Misha Oliver, Drew Penis, Claudia, Samantha Hawkins, Punxsutawney Moe, Valerie G, Kathleen Cross, Midas Robin, Corey Lord. I like this answer. It was clever. Forever. Forever. It's Veronica Tello. Fox Hill Dreams. One Whole Friend Zone. that was Drew Penis, of course. Karen Purdy. Maitel Cabelli. Lucy L. Sandra from Paramount, California. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right. Here's the next one. You only have a few more of these. The idea of zombies can be traced back to what religion? This one is probably the toughest one out of the whole lot. This one. The idea of zombies can be traced back to what religion? I got these questions and answers from this game that is actually called I Should Have Known That, and it's really clever. My son Romeo, he loves trivia. You know, he will hang out with us grown folk on a Friday night playing a trivia game. Straight up, it's very cool. I'm seeing a bunch of answers that I would have given. There's a funny one here. Kofefeism. Kofefeism. All right, I've seen enough. The correct answer is voodoo. What pictured on the screen there, that is a voodoo doll. Voodoo doll. And the person at the top once again is the Trump Reaper on a roll, followed by Ness from Connecticut, Misha Oliver, Cindy C, Maitel Cabelli, Meredith Powell, Wilbur McCarthy, Scribble My Dibbles. Nope, it's not Mormons. It ain't pagans or Scientology. Monique Lee, very good. Samantha Hawkins. Punxsutawney Moe. See, I would have, my guess when I first saw this was Christianity, right? Because the whole thing with Jesus coming back after 3 days, that's some zombie shit. You come back to life. If you're dead and you come back to life, you're a zombie. I didn't make up the rules. Next one. What is the time difference between London and New York? I'm not going to read off a whole lot of these because this one I think is pretty self-explanatory. But then again, the name of this is I Should Have Known That. And maybe this isn't as straightforward as you'd like to think. Not as straightforward. Am I calling Christ a zombie? I'm not calling Christ a zombie. I'm just saying that if you die and you come back to life, we call that a zombie. I'm not calling him anything. I'm just stating a fact is all I'm doing. Okay, see, now you guys are proving my point because there's a whole lot of answers here. Not all of them are the correct answer, but I have seen enough correct answers to strike that. Correct answer we were looking for is 5 hours. From New York to London, from London to New York, it is 5 hours. And at the top, of course, we have Lee Saunders making up for lost time. She missed most of the show, but at least she's gotten 2 right so far. Followed by Cindy C. Scribble My Dibbles. Nurse Mitch. Oops. Yeah, see, a lot of people didn't know this one. I'm actually surprised. Nurse Mitch. Samantha Hawkins, Wilbur McCarthy. Claudia says 5 or 6, depending time of year, which, yeah, that's true. Punxsutawney Mo also says the same thing, depending on daylight savings times. Wait, no, it's only 5 hours. Whether or not they turn the clock back is irrelevant. 5 hours is always going to be 5 hours, regardless of what that clock says. And Kathleen Cross. Good job, you guys. Okay, we got one more. Juan more. How do you say astronaut in Russian? Okay, comrades, put your thinking cap on and please to give answer. Okay. If you no answer correct, and special police will pay a visit to your home, and they will take your family, and they will remove them and send them into space where no one can hear them scream, and they will still not be cosmonaut. Cosmonaut is the answer we were looking for. We're looking for a cosmonaut. And let's see who's at the top here. The Trump Reaper, once again, you're on a roll. What happened, Trump Reaper? What happened? Why are you getting so many of these right at the top of the hour, at the top of the list? Followed by Cindy C., who was also on a roll too. Drew Penis, Mo Punxsutawney Mo, Eddie G., Gavin, nope. Veronica Tello, Monique Lee, Nurse Mitch, Mytel Cabelli, Wilbur McCarthy, Valerie G., Meredith Powell, Samantha Hawkins, Claudia, Stephanie L., Kathleen Cross, Laurie Donahue, Sandra from Paramount, California. Yeah, you know what's funny? I only learned this, that the Russian word for astronaut is cosmonaut. I only learned this in the past month or so. Wifey and I were watching this show on Apple TV. It's called For All Mankind. And it's about the space race, but reimagined space race in a kind of like an alternate universe, alternate reality, basically, where Nixon didn't go down for Watergate, and Bill Clinton, instead of running against Bob Dole, is running against a woman candidate for president in 1992. Anyway, fascinating show. I love it. And like the Russians, they were beating our ass to everything. And that's what's driving a lot of the drama in this show, For All Mankind. And that's where I learned that the Russian word for astronaut is cosmonaut. Thank you, Gavo, my friend, for the reminder to please hit like. And if you have not yet subscribed and you are enjoying this content, please also subscribe. Please hit subscribe button, comrade. And yeah, so that's what I got for you today for today's episode of Storytime with BDD. It is my first time doing one of these things in a very long time. Do you have any questions for me that I have not yet answered in my time in the stream? I got some time for a few questions. I have still been, streaming, just not like this, not in this format. Lee Saunders says, "Aw, I like these shows best." Yeah, I feel kind of like a sentimental thing. Tina G is like, "Hey, you forgot something, pal." Yeah, no, I didn't forget. There's no Raggedy Bitch today. Raggedy Bitch is the whole goddamn entire Republican Party. But if I had to put a finger on it, Jim Jordan is one of those. This is a daily jackass. Ron Johnson is also a Raggedy Bitch for pretending to be on the phone. He just held his phone to his ear, and the reporter's like, "You're not on the phone. I can see it. I can see your screen." Excuse me. Very, very funny. Let's see. Lucy L is saying, "Can you ask Irish Girl to be your guest?" I don't even know who Irish Girl is. I'm sorry. I'm sure she's entertaining. I have not heard of Irish Girl. I'll have to look that up. Cindy C says, "I love today's show. I've missed current event conversations." We still do, as you know, we still do have these stream things that I've been doing for the January 6th commission. Here's a question from Krampus. "Why do you think Schiff didn't ask why Raffensperger was taping the call?" It's a good question. I think he already knows the answer to that. He assumed. I can answer that. I can answer, and I'm 100% sure that it's the correct answer. He did it because that's what you do when you're dealing with a shady motherfucker. You got to cover your own ass. Yeah. BDD, what do you think of Sherrod Brown for a future president? I believe you're talking about the senator from the state of Ohio, the one with the raspy voice. I think he's a good guy. I think he's very good. I want to see a woman president. That's what I want to see. I think men have done a fantastic job screwing things up for hundreds of years. It's time for a woman to be in there. And there's plenty of qualified candidates. I'm not excited about another white guy in office. I'm not. He could be great, There's other people I would probably put ahead of Sherrod Brown. I would probably put Adam Schiff ahead of Sherrod Brown. I like him, though. I like him. There's so many guys, though. Trump Reaper wants to know, can I do today's format again? Just so you guys know, today's format does require a lot of extra prep. And you see this number here? That number, it kills me. It kills me. Just imagine, right? Imagine you're putting on a Broadway show, right? And you have producers, and you have dancers, and you have people who do the lights, and you have people who do the costumes, and you have the actors and actresses, and everybody gets in costume and they get themselves ready, and there's all this preparation and everything, and there's a house, there's a, the theater is meant for 500 person capacity, and then only 10 people show up. makes you feel like you should shut that show down. If there's only 10 people there, where's the interest, right? I don't know. I still feel like there's something that I'm not doing right, that something I'm missing, and I haven't figured that out yet. So until I figure out why the audience is not showing up, I'm going to keep it like this. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I still believe in this show, and that's why I'm still doing it. It's just, I've been doing the random pop-up shows, the late night with BDD, and I just felt like it was time to do one of these. And yes, Tina G, I do mean the viewer count. Yes, indeed, the YouTube viewer count. There's some way I got to crack that algorithm, and I will crack that algorithm at some point. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another fun episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And if you have not yet gotten your shot, then you have not been watching this show, because I've been haranguing you guys every time I stream. I say, get your shot, get your booster, whatever. Protect yourself, protect your family and your loved ones, right? Also, wear a mask if you're so inclined, and keep your social distance 6 feet or better. For some reason, I feel like that still works. That 6 feet of social distance, I don't want that ever to go away. Even when the pandemic is long gone and is way back in our rearview mirror, I want to keep that 6 feet of social distance. Yeah. So tomorrow there will be another January 6th hearing. I believe it's starting at 3 p.m. So I'll be here at 2:30. And so until then, enjoy the rest of your night. I love you all. Peace. I remember doing my usual BDD outro music, but I feel like this is appropriate, right? I feel like this is the cool down period of the show. Like, you're just getting ready to put the kids to bed. You don't want to give them, a cup full of sugar water and a bag full of candies. Yeah. I felt good about my rant earlier, but I'm going to have to watch it. I felt like that was raw. I'm not sure if I said everything I had wanted to say to that doppelganger. Aries Wanderer, I'm so sorry for your loss. I had not heard. And those of you who are watching and did not hear, Aries Wanderer has lost her poor cat, Chloe, passed away yesterday at the age of 7 years. I'm very sorry to hear that. And I know, we have 2 cats. We love them dearly. So that's got to hurt. So sorry for that. And Cindy C, I have reported that account to Instagram maybe 10 times. I come to the conclusion that they just don't give a damn. Yeah. It is what it is. I see a star, Shumate. Welcome. Drew Penis with some words of wisdom. He says, just remember, it's okay if you talk to God, but if God talks back, you might want to get a carbon monoxide detector. And on that note, I love you, but it's time for me to go. You need to leave.